Japan has some of the strictest, most orderly prisons on Earth, but here's what will shock you: they're almost empty. In a world where rising crime fills cells from Los Angeles to London, Japan stands out for doing the opposite. Their incarceration rate is among the lowest in the developed world, and it's not because they're soft on crime. Quite the opposite. From cultural discipline to an unforgiving justice system, Japan has quietly engineered one of the safest societies on the planet. In this video, we uncover how Japan keeps its prisons almost empty and the unsettling truth behind why it works so well. Silent cell blocks. Step with me through the steel gates of Fuku Prison, on the western edge of Tokyo. The compound stretches like a small city, yet only 45% of its beds are occupied, matching a nationwide occupancy level of 47.3% in 2023. Guards carry handheld tablets because the older watchtowers have been shut down to save labor. You glance down a corridor and see 2 rows of doors, lights glowing green. A green light means empty. It keeps shining. Japan runs 184 correctional facilities, from snowy Abashiri in Hokkaido to subtropical Miyakojima, but together they hold fewer inmates than the single state of Texas. The system's official capacity is 85,000, yet only 40,000 men and women sleep inside on any given night. The silence is not new. The prison population has fallen for 16 straight years, even as Japan continues to urbanize and absorb economic shocks. Walkways are spotless, almost hospital-like. Inmates bow when a staff member passes. Most cells are shared, but overcrowding is rare. Where other countries erect new walls, Japan debates which unused wings to repurpose as elder care wards, because many inmates are now over 60. Monitors display heart rate stats, not escape alerts. Still, behind the calm hides tension. A shrinking inmate pool sounds perfect until you realize that a growing share are elderly repeat offenders who keep returning for minor shoplifting, seeking food and routine they cannot find outside. The emptiness whispers success, but also hints at cracks about to widen. Numbers that vanish. If prisons look empty, it's because crime itself is scarce. Japan's homicide rate stands at 0.2 per 100,000 people, compared with an OECD average of 2.6. Last year, police recorded just 853 killings nationwide, fewer than the city of Chicago alone. Street robbery barely tops 1,000 incidents a year. Even pickpocketing has fallen so low that tourist advisories often warn more about lost umbrellas than stolen wallets. Why this drought? Part of the answer is geography. Japan is an island chain with controlled ports of entry, limiting the flow of illegal guns and narcotics. Yet borders alone do not explain neighborhoods where a child can walk at midnight unafraid. Social fabric matters. From kindergarten onward, children sweep their own classrooms and serve classmates lunch. The message is clear: you share responsibility for common space. Economic stability reinforces the lesson. Unemployment hovers around 2.5% as of March 2025. That does not eliminate poverty, but it shrinks the demographic most prone to survival crime. Then there is the line of uniformed police posted in nearly every community booth, or koban. When an elderly resident calls to say a pot plant went missing, an officer shows up and checks area cameras. Petty disputes rarely grow into felonies because attention arrives fast. Don't be fooled, though. Crime has not disappeared entirely. It has only retreated, and in the retreat, it has learned how to hide. Cyber scams, domestic abuse, and fraud against seniors simmer under the surface, challenging the statistics we admire. On every corner, a friendly badge. Walk through Shibuya Crossing at dusk, and you will notice a modest building with sliding glass doors and a blue lamp above it. That is a koban, a community police box. More than 6,000 dot the country, each staffed by officers who patrol on foot or bicycle, log lost and found items, mediate arguments, and most importantly, get to know you by name. A 2024 scholarly review called the Koban model a cornerstone of Japan's low crime, citing its emphasis on personal rapport and rapid local intelligence gathering. The Koban is no cosmetic ornament. Officers map every alley, memorize the elderly residents likely to wander, and check businesses nightly. When a shopkeeper reports a suspicious visitor, the officer probably met him yesterday and greets him by first name. This familiarity turns many potential crimes into quiet conversations long before a formal arrest. Technology extends the boots. Patrol cars share real-time data with the nearest Koban. Cameras feed analytic dashboards to precincts, yet the interface remains a handshake. The blend of high-touch and high-tech feels seamless to residents, but to outsiders it looks simple. Trust the officer, trust the community, and crime has fewer shadows to hide in. Still, a system built on visibility carries a cost. Surveillance expectations rise. Critics worry about privacy drift and profiling. They ask whether the same model would work in a more diverse society. As we leave the buzzing neon and head towards the courthouse, remember that constant vigilance has its price. Silence keeps lurking nearby. Prosecutors who rarely lose. Now the courthouse doors swing open. Inside, defendants face a statistic that feels almost mythic. Japan's conviction rate exceeds 99%. Prosecutors drop marginal cases early, police pursue exhaustive confessions, and judges know that an acquittal can stall a career. To you, that might sound like efficiency. To critics, it sounds like pressure. Trials move swiftly. Once an indictment occurs, only 3% of defendants plead not guilty. Many confess during prolonged interrogations, where lawyers are not always present. The resulting certainty ripples outward. Potential offenders weigh the odds and decide that crime just is not worth the gamble. A broken window today could become a prison term tomorrow, almost guaranteed. Historical threads shape this attitude. During the Edo period, feudal lords punished misdeeds publicly to preserve social harmony. The concept of communal peace survives in modern jurisprudence. Courtrooms still aim not only to punish, but to restore order. Yet the system is evolving. In 2009, lay judges were introduced, and in 2018, plea bargaining became legal. Critics say these changes have not dented the near-perfect conviction figure, arguing that real reform requires fuller defense access to interrogations. Meanwhile, the death penalty remains on the books, casting a long shadow over high-profile cases. First offenders often get suspended sentences, yet habitual thieves can expect certain jail time. Step back outside and you feel the weight lift. The message is clear. If you cross the line, the state will catch you, and it almost always wins. When jail becomes school. Inside Miyazaki Prison, you might hear power tools instead of clanging doors. Inmates assemble wheelchair parts for a local firm, mastering skills they can sell the moment they step outside. Rehabilitation has become a national priority. On June 9, 2025, an amendment to the Penal Code took effect, formally shifting prisons toward education and reintegration over pure punishment. Japan's Ministry of Justice now partners with employers who screen applicants inside the prison gym. Inmates build resumes, practice interviews, and even learn computing in tablet-equipped classrooms. The strategy targets a stubborn figure, a 47.9% recidivism rate recorded in 2022, meaning nearly half of released offenders reoffend within 5 years. Most repeat offenders are elderly men jailed for petty theft. Officials reason that purposeful work and community ties may break that cycle. Cultural attitudes aid the mission. Families often visit and send seasonal gifts, keeping bonds alive. Parole officers arrange housing and part-time jobs ahead of release. Still, challenges arise. Japan's rapidly aging society means prisoners now include Alzheimer's patients who need nursing rather than guard towers. Some facilities have installed tatami rooms and low beds to prevent falls. The invisible bars of culture. Even with policing, courts, and rehabilitation, one ingredient stands taller than concrete walls: social expectations. Japan operates on the concept of miwaku, the fear of causing trouble for others. Parents drill it into children. Companies codify it in employee handbooks. Shame flows fast, and gossip can feel harsher than any judge. This cultural magnetism shows in surveys where over 75% of respondents say they would immediately report even minor offenses like unattended bikes to police, compared with 33% in the United States. Loyalty to group harmony keeps petty impulses in check. Add the aging demographic: 29.6% of citizens were over 65 in 2023, and you get a society less inclined toward violent crime. Geography reappears here too. Earthquake drills, typhoon alerts, and the collective memory of natural disasters teach preparedness and mutual aid. Communities knit together under regular strain, leaving little space for antisocial behavior. Yet cultural glue can harden into rigidity. Foreign residents sometimes complain of harsher scrutiny. Mental health stigma deters early intervention for those teetering toward violence. And as rural areas depopulate, Koban booths close, stretching police thin across winding mountain roads. The prison gates we saw earlier may stay ajar, but new doors, digital anonymity, social isolation, and economic shifts could open to crime if vigilance slackens. Japan's secret is neither magic nor mystery. It is a fragile, evolving balance of law, culture, and community. Whether that balance can hold in the face of rapid change is the unanswered verdict, waiting to be delivered across a watchful, gentle land. What impressed you most about Japan's justice system? Share it in the comments, and while you're at it, like the video and subscribe so you never miss another insightful episode.